So I know you're probably wondering, Eunae's garden, what is it? Why is it important? Are you starting a garden? So I don't know if this will be important to everybody. That's to come. Who knows? But this is something that has been uh, on my mind for a long time. And you know how you can have an idea for a long time and maybe God gives you, snapshots of it, like a phrase or a title or just a small picture, a small snapshot of something, and years later you're realizing now, in this fulfillment of what it could possibly be. And I try to put it in different categories and do different things with it, and now I feel like it's time to manifest it into reality. And so with Eunae's garden, this I've watched a lot of YouTube videos and everyone's very different, which I love about YouTube. Me personally, if I'm starting a channel, I do want to allow the viewers to know what this channel will be about and if it's something they're interested in, just so you can know what's coming and what to expect. And so, one thing that I do want to mention is Eunae's garden is not what it is literally. And I think that's the beauty of now that I see why God has put that title, that phrase in my mind about 4 or 5 years ago, about 4 years ago. And so, though I love gardening, I love nature, I love plants, this is more of a very metaphorical type of garden. And Eunae is my middle name. And I don't know if my mom knew this at the time. I think she was just picking a name that rhymed with her middle name at the time. But Eunae means one. And so I decided to call it Eunae's Garden, meaning one's garden, where one could come and, experience, spiritual nourishment, and also intellect, nourishment for the intellect as well. And I think uh, one thing that's been in my heart for a very long time is find a way within myself, within my own understanding and curiosity, is building that gap between spirituality and science. I have a passion for both. I have a very curious mindset. And so imagine me growing up in the church. I grew up Baptist. And imagine me being someone, not just as a child, but even throughout my teenage years and my adult years, and still to this day, I'm constantly asking questions. I'm constantly seeking out. I had a pastor that told me about 3 years ago. I was introduced to Gnostic texts, and if you don't know what that is, Gnostic text is assumed to be the biblical scriptures or the gospels that whoever put together the actual Bible that we know of today decided to not include those in the Bible that we have. And so, of course, I'm like, well, I want to go and read those. And, my pastor at the time was like, no, it's not a good idea. You shouldn't. And so I did. And that opened up my mind to even more. And so I'm not telling. Actually, no, I am. I am telling people that the best thing to do for yourself, whether you're Christian, whether you're Buddhist, whether you're atheist, is explore for yourself. You are on this earth to live your life, to experience your life, to see how open your mind and your spirit can grow and evolve. And I mean, I just think Christian or not, we owe it to ourselves and to our creator, to our source, to God, however you call God. We owe that to them. We owe that to ourselves. That's what we're here for. Um, Now, throughout this channel, I'm going to make reference to, Christian belief and Christian text and understanding, because I really do hope this channel can help those who are like myself, who identify as someone who believes in Christ and the consciousness of Christ and the practices of Christ, but do not really fit with that idea that we put on ourselves as this religious understanding of Christianity. And for so long, I've allowed that. I've allowed uh, the beliefs and the practices of religion to make me run away from Christ in itself, and the whole being of what Christ is. And I can't allow myself to do that anymore, because I know deep down in my heart where my heart belongs. And that's not to say that everyone is meant to be Christian. I'm not saying that, to each his own. But I will say I do believe that there are certain what we call aeons or ages, and everything repeats itself over and over, y'all. Like it's simple, but at the same time it's just so beautiful and so complex. And that's just life. But literally, I mean, everything repeats itself over and over. People having this fear of, the end is coming. This isn't new. Might be new for us in our generation and, the last thousands of years, but we have to get out of this egotistical mindset where we believe that life is always revolved around us and our time and our age, or even our previous ancestors' time from 2,000 years ago. Life has been around for millions. Earth has been around for billions of years and possibly more. And so there's so much more to the picture. So in this channel, I can go off context for so much for so long, but reel myself back in. This channel is a journey that I'm taking along with fellow human beings on this earth who are also having the same realities and understandings they're starting to see through life of what life is. And I welcome anyone from any background to, out of curiosity, to, you know, listen to these, or be in tune with the videos that I'm going to have, in the future and upcoming the next couple of weeks. But I do want to make it clear that I do believe in my heart that this channel is also for those who are Christian, and you're at a place now where you don't want to lose your essence of Christ in itself in relationship with Jesus, but you're starting to see that there's more to the picture that's been missing in your life, or what you've been told or taught. And it's no one's fault. It's just how life is and how we evolve as people, and that's okay. But you're at a place now where you're realizing there's more to this picture. How can I connect these dots? Why am I constantly still going through these same issues and these same uh, just problems and addictions or mindsets or whatever it is? Or maybe you're in a great place and you want to keep going and explore, who knows? But I really believe that this channel is for you, and I'm experiencing it with you as well. This has been in the making for a long time, and I'm in a place now where I have to um, now obey. I'm pretty much at a place where I have to obey, and I have no choice now. God has let me here, and I have to do this. And if I don't, shame on me. And so, for a long time, people have told me that, oh, what you're saying is something in the Bible, and I'm just like, well, I have not read the complete Bible. I'll be honest with you, but I do know that there are something much greater than just the Bible. You also have your relationship with the divine, and I have that, and that's something that I am learning that is very sacred, that I know that we all have in our hearts. Whether you exercise that and believe that is there, it's true. I believe Christ has actually said this, but really everything that you need, or that heaven is within you. It's not outside of you. Everything is within you, and so everything that we have in this external environment is just something to help remind us while we're here on earth of what's already within us. And that's it. And so I'm hoping that I can use that, my love for reading and my passion for just helping to bridge this gap between science and spirituality. And what I mean by that is how to have something that can be complex, such as, for example, in my next video, I'm going to explain the Holy Trinity and what that looks like. That was one of the great questions on my video thing went. One of the great questions that I found myself asking in church, and also, my friends and family and peers in the church, is, what does that really mean, the Holy Trinity? Like, does this mean that God, Jesus, and the Spirit are one? Are they different? Like, what is that? And so these are the types of questions that I am going to break down to you. And again, I'm not someone who knows all. I'm not. I will say that in a hot minute. However, I will say that I do believe in confidence. God has spoken to me, and what I mean by God speaking to me or whispering to me, when you hear those things, everyone's different. But to me, again, changing what's spiritual and and cool, and just the unknown of mysterious, everything has a very practical meaning to it as well. And that's the beauty of it. And so when I say God spoke to me about this, what I'm saying is there is an absolute knowing within my heart about something. And it doesn't come from knowledge of me reading something here. It is not just that. It is something that you can't explain. It's just an absolute knowing that God had put in my heart. And that's what I believe Jesus meant when he said, heaven is within you, enlightenment is within you, it's all within you. And so I just wanted people to know what this channel was about. I hope that it does intrigue you. I hope that you stay tuned for the next video to come. And again, everything will not be solely about Christianity, but it'll be about self-development and just being able to find clarity in certain things that are confusing to us as human beings. And so, again, I am going with the flow of this. I don't know yet what my video will be in the next month or two. I don't know. I am trusting in faith, and also at a point now where I have to believe in myself completely, and I'm at that place to do that. And I also believe in source and in God and the spirit that's all around me, all around us, and I'm learning to surrender to that. And so I'm excited for this journey ahead, and I look forward to you staying tuned. And this is something that will be very more of a relationship, as I don't want to be someone just teaching or explaining something, even though they present itself that way, because it's it's YouTube. That's what we do for the most part when we do these type of things. But feel free to make comments if there's anything that you want to discuss or partner with me on and elaborate more on, or have any other ideas or elaborate on things that I'm saying. Like, do that. That is something that we're all one. I don't know everything. No one on this earth does. And so we have to realize that we all are one, whether we like each other now or not. We are, and what we do impacts each other, whether it's good or not. And so those are one of the many topics that I do want to talk about. So if you're someone who's just curious, or you feel like you're ready to break through and just, find yourself and explore yourself mentally and emotionally and spiritually on a deeper level, and especially Christians, anyone who believes in Christ in itself, or just the goodness of what's to come, and hope and love and peace. Anyone who is not a believer, if you're atheist, trust me, you will get a lot out of it as well, because I almost steered that way, believe it or not. I really did. To each his own, but I really believe that God has used YouTube, has used what we see today as internet to really touch and encounter people that we normally wouldn't have if we didn't have it. And so it's a blessing to be able to do this. So I want to thank you, and I hope you stay tuned to the videos to come. Peace, love, and happiness.